I want to start the video today a little differently by sharing a story with you. It's called The Elephant and the Rope. The story goes that a man was passing by elephants when suddenly he realized that the huge animals were held in place only by a small rope tied to their leg. It was laughable, really. It was obvious to the man that if the elephants wanted, they could at any time break away from the ropes that couldn't possibly hold them in place. But for some reason, they didn't. The man stopped to ask a trainer why the elephants just stood there, making no attempt to get away. "Ah," the trainer said, "here is how we do it. When they are young and small, we use the same size rope to tie them up. When we tie them up at that age, the rope is enough to hold them. And therefore, they grow up conditioned to believe that they cannot break free. They believe the rope can hold them, so they never try to break it." This video got me thinking about that story and about the beliefs and attitudes about money that we hold that can hold us back in life. Today, I want to share my top 20 money hacks that will help you save money like a minimalist so that you can create more time, more space, and more freedom in your life for the things that you enjoy, as well as financial freedom. And don't worry, because if you want to know more, I'm also going to link a blog post with a total of 50 tips, including the ones that I'm sharing today, with more money hacks that can help you save tons of money in the long run living minimally. Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Marissa, and I am a recovering emotional hoarder turned minimalist mom. If you look at our life now, you might think that we have it made. We have a beautiful home, we're financially stable, our life is filled with joy and color and laughter, but that wasn't always the case. My husband grew up poor in rural China, and I lost everything in my early 20s after the deaths of my parents. It took both of us a long time to climb up from those low points of our life, and one of the hardest parts, at least for me, was breaking through these assumptions of what my life was and what it could be and what was possible. From the student loan debt that I graduated with, to the job offers that I was expected to get, and the emotional clutter that I couldn't let go of. The ropes that were holding me back were even sneakier than the ones around the elephant's leg because I didn't even know they were there. And before we go on, I would love it if you would hit that like button and drop a door emoji down in the comments section below if you are on your own decluttering, minimalism, or money-saving journey, and maybe consider subscribing to join our minimalist family. I share videos about decluttering, minimalism, financial minimalism, so you'll be in good company if you do decide to subscribe. The first money hack is to simply start with believing that you can. Believe that you can change your money future. Believe that you can get out of debt. Believe you can save money. Stop telling yourself things like, "Oh, I overspend all the time," or "I'm bad with money," because you're feeding yourself these negative beliefs that are only reinforcing bad money habits. To begin to change, you have to believe it's possible. You have to first notice the ropes around you before you can break free of them. The second money hack is to examine your needs, your true needs versus your wants. When you really carefully look at the things that you say that you need, a lot of times you realize it's not a need, it's a want. Sometimes you think you need things simply because society tells you so. And when you really take a look at whether it's a need versus a want, you'll begin to determine, maybe I don't really need that thing. My third money hack is to track your spending and create a budget. And this is something so simple and yet so powerful. When you notice where your money is going and you make a plan for your money, then it's a lot easier to stick to the money goals that you're setting for yourself. And if you need a little help getting started, I have a great free printable that I will link down in the description box below for you. It's based on the system that I've used to track and plan our budget for the past 12 years or so, and it's helped us do things like pay off $250,000 worth of debt, save enough money for this beautiful house that we live in now. So if you need a little bit of help, like I said, I will link that down in the description box below. The fourth money hack goes really well with the third, and it's to set smart money goals. And I'm not just saying like smart, like, oh, that's an intelligent idea. SMART is the acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. When you put these 5 things together, you can create a system for goal setting that's going to help you set and achieve your goals. It is science fact that people who write down goals for themselves like this are more likely to achieve their goals. It's not simply enough to say, I want to save more money. A SMART goal would be worded something like, I want to save $5,200 by the end of the year, which adds up to $100 per week. You can look at each week what you need to be doing, and then at the end of the year, what you're going to have. That is what a SMART goal looks like. My next money hack is to make saving your first priority. A lot of people spend their money and save what's left after spending.
But that's actually backwards.
First, take the money that you want to save every month and separate it, and then you can use what's left to spend. Try to choose banks that have higher interest rates for your savings accounts. Unfortunately, even with high yield savings account right now, the interest rate isn't even enough to offset inflation. So you should explore other ways to grow your money to offset and counteract inflation. And choosing a high yield savings account is at least marginally better than just a regular savings account with very low interest. My next money hack is to prioritize debt payoff above saving if you have debt. And there's a lot of systems for this, like Dave Ramsey is famous for his snowball method. There's all sorts of ways that you can pay off debt. I will link some books down below that are specifically geared to debt payoff. But let's say you have a credit card or a student loan that's incurring a really high annual interest rate. It's better to put your money towards paying that off fast rather than just saving it. My 7th money hack is to avoid money temptation. So if you know that you can't resist buying a bunch of crap that you don't need at the Target dollar aisle, then just like keep your blinders on and walk right past it. If you know that you can't go window shopping without buying something, don't go window shopping. Try to avoid putting yourself in situations where you know that you're going to spend a lot of money, at least until you've had a chance to exercise your impulse control muscle and get a little bit stronger with resisting spending. In the beginning, it's a little bit more difficult, but as you go on, you're gonna get better and better at saying no. The 8th money hack is to practice the 30-day rule. So basically what the 30-day rule is, when you find something that you want to buy, write it down. What I do is I put it on my phone in my notes, and then I think about that thing for at least 30 days, sometimes more. And at the end of that 30-day period, if I still want that thing, then I know that it's something more likely that I need versus just an in-the-moment impulse spend. The 30-day rule can really help curb your impulsive spending habits. My 9th tip is to surround yourself with inspiration and save powerful money ideas. So like I mentioned before, maybe you want to read books from Dave Ramsey about paying off debt. What I did when I was trying to pay off debt is I read websites about personal finance and financial independence, retire early. I would save Pinterest quotes that inspired me. I have one on my phone right now. So try to surround yourself with inspiration that's going to make you feel motivated and want to continue saving money. Because if it's just in the back of your mind and you're not thinking about it as much, you're going to be more likely to slip into bad money habits. My 10th money hack is to declutter and turn clutter into cash. And I have talked about this so many times in tons of my videos. I will link those down below in the description box as well. When we were decluttering my home, including the 30 years of emotional clutter that I had kept after the deaths of my parents and loved ones, then I was selling off a lot of that clutter on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. We sold both of our cars and we ended up making $50,000 that we otherwise wouldn't have had if we just kept all that clutter. When you declutter your home and you create more actual space for yourself, you can also create more financial freedom by selling those items online. Put some more money back into your wallet and reduce your financial guilt. The next money hack is to shop secondhand. And secondhand shopping is not only good for your wallet, it's also good for the environment. It's more sustainable. There's going to be less textile waste going into the landfills, which I mentioned in my 10 benefits of minimalism video recently. Nowadays, it's so easy to shop secondhand. You don't even have to go to thrift stores or flea markets if you don't want to. You can go online to sites like eBay, Poshmark, ThredUp, and you can find secondhand goods for a discount of what you would pay for the same thing brand new. It's good for your wallet, it's good for the environment. Everyone wins. It's actually a little bit addictive, so watch out that you don't get too addicted to thrift shopping. My next money hack is to kick bad habits. And I'm not just talking about bad habits like cigarettes or alcohol, which are not only bad for your wallet, but also for your health, but also maybe window shopping is a habit of yours to relieve stress, or treating yourself to something new when you've had a bad day at work. So notice the bad habits that you have and that you can try to reduce or cut in the future, and that's going to put more money back into your pocket instead of flowing out. Money hack number 13 is to challenge yourself and make saving money more of a game. What's gotten really popular on YouTube is to do something called a low buy or no buy year, where you try not to spend any money at all, or you try to spend less. You can set rules for yourself about that. You can practice no spend challenges. Common time frames for no spend challenges are anywhere from a week to a month to a full year. I did a video on what I'm not buying in 2021 myself, if you want to check that out later. Saving money doesn't have to feel like a huge burdensome thing. It's great if you can make it fun and challenging for yourself, and sometimes there's even communities that you can join that will support you in this endeavor. So look around and see what you can find based around these no spend, low buy, no buy challenges. Money hack number 14 is to find free ways to have fun. This can take some creative problem solving, but there's a lot of ways that you can have fun without spending money at all, or just spending less money. So like, instead of going out to the movie theater where it's $20 for a ticket and then maybe you buy popcorn and Coke and you're up to $30, just staying at home and having your own home pop popcorn at home with your loved one and watching a movie on Netflix. You could try cooking together, go for a walk in the city together, or visit a nearby lake and just sit, do a nature walk. There's all sorts of free options for having fun. Tip number 15 is to avoid the comparison trap. Reject the notion that you always need the latest and the greatest thing. If your old phone works perfectly fine, you don't always need to upgrade to the newest model. Same thing for cars, clothes. Some of the clothes that I own, I've been wearing for 15 years or more, so trust me when I say it's not going to hurt you to keep a minimalist wardrobe. My next money hack is to look for free or cheap swaps. So bottled water is one of the most wasteful things on the planet. It just creates so much plastic waste. It's unnecessary. We bought a Brita filter, and for that small initial cost and just replacing filters every once in a while, now we have clean, fresh, non-hard water that we can drink, we can use for our coffee and other things, and it's going to save us money in the long run and creates less environmental waste. You can choose reusable bags over getting the paper or plastic bags at the grocery store, or looking to join local buy nothing groups where people swap goods for free, anything from furniture and home decor to clothing. My 17th money hack is to mind your health, and not just your physical health, but also your mental health. Your health is your wealth, and that's really true. The things that you do to take care of your body and your mind and nourish yourself right now are going to pay off in the future for you in spades. Things like getting enough exercise, getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, which I'm really bad at, and I had to set a goal for myself this year. Your future self will thank the you from now for taking care of you. Money hack number 18 is to start meal planning. If you are not cooking your own meals at home and planning your meals, I encourage you to start. You can often cook meals and meal plan at home for a fraction of the cost of what it would cost you to go out to lunch or buy it at a restaurant. Before, when we lived in Chicago, before my husband and I had kids, we could easily go out and spend $100 at a local restaurant to buy food and drinks. Or we could take that $100 and use it to plan an entire week of meals I mean, it's a no-brainer. Which brings me to the next tip, which is to say no to prepackaged foods. Believe it or not, convenience costs money, and it's more expensive for you to buy a small package of pre-sliced butternut squash than it is to just buy a butternut squash and slice it yourself at home. And if you say no to prepackaged fruits, prepackaged vegetables, the small herb packages that you get for like $5 sometimes at the grocery store, and instead buy those items fresh and learn to cook and preserve them yourself, then you're going to save a lot of money in the long run. And my final money hack is to find ways to grow your income. I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's only so much you can cut from your budget and you can save. And that can look something like asking for a raise at work, taking up a side hustle like selling your clutter, or maybe even thrift flipping. You could start a blog or start a YouTube channel. The more money you bring in, the easier it becomes to make money. That's something that I've experienced myself. When you're starting at the very bottom, it just feels like you're looking up at the sky and you'll never be able to get anywhere. But believe it when I say it is possible to pay off your debt, save more money, create financial independence with practice, knowledge, and consistency. Are there any money hacks that you love that I missed? Please drop me a comment below and let me know. And again, I hope that you'll consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel to join our minimalist family if you like minimalism, financial minimalism, decluttering, and other topics like this. Take care and have a great day. See you again soon. Bye-bye.